Hey, what's up? It's James, Mulchling on Tumblr, which you probably already know if you're watching this. And I'm gonna make a video about the tattoos that I have, because I said that I would do that, like a while ago, and, I just didn't do it. Because sometimes when you say you're gonna do something, you, instead of doing that, you just sort of fuck off. But now I'm gonna actually do it, so, yeah, get hype. I can go like in chronological order, cause that's what makes most sense. So I think the first, oh yeah, also, like stipend here, I'm not wearing pants, cause some of these tattoos would not be visible if I was wearing pants, so like, if that's not your deal, feel free to like dip out, cause you can see my thighs. That's cool if you don't want that. Alright, so I think the first one, I'm gonna have to like stand up for this, but like the first one I gave myself, is like here. It's kind of shitty, you probably can't see it that well. It's like a stick and poke of an anchor, for the aesthetic, and I gave myself that when I was like 15 or 16, and I think, there's literally no meaning behind it being an anchor, aside from the fact that I thought it looked cool, which you'll notice is going to be like a recurring theme in this video. And at the time, that was like a massive fucking deal for me, because I was like a little baby, and I used to be like a lot more like nervous about shit than I am at this point in my life. So I was like, oh god, that's a tattoo that's on me forever. I can't. Oh my goodness. But I'd wanted to give myself a stick and poke for like a while, and it was an important first step for me in moving towards like a long lifestyle shift of making bad and impulsive decisions, which is now just like me 24/7 now. So you know, character development. I guess this is more of an honorary mention, actually, because this is a tattoo that's no longer with us, but I did attempt to give myself like a stick and poke of an arrow on my like upper arm here. I think when I was like drunk at a party when I was like 17. Unfortunately, I did do it with a water-soluble pen ink from a pen that I think I bit open, and predictably, water-soluble ink doesn't stay in you. So I took a shower, and that was it for that one. But there was like a good week where I had it, so rest in peace. It was beautiful while it lasted. I think after that, I think that was it for that era. And then the next one that I got was like an actual tattoo by someone who does that for money legally. So that was this one, which like kind of keeps going for a while there. It's just like the three of them. And I got that for my 18th birthday. It was like my 18th birthday gift to myself, because I'd been like really excited to get like actual tattoos. It had been like a goal of mine since I was like pretty young. I was like, when I'm an adult, I'm gonna be one of those people who has tattoos. The tattoo people, that's gonna be me. So I was like itching to like get that whole process started. So as soon as I turned 18, I was like, I'm gonna fucking book it to the tattoo place and get that shit done. And that is what I did. A funny story about this one actually is when I went to actually get it done, I did forget my ID after, you know, years of like planning for this very moment, this very monumental and important occasion. I forgot my identification, saying that I was 18 and could be legally getting tattoos, which was hilarious. Fortunately, my father was with me, and everyone who worked there at the shop was like, yeah, no, we don't think you're here with your dad to con us into giving you an underage tattoo, so we'll let it slide. It's fine. No one thinks you're here with this old man to commit a crime. So I was like, all right. So that it worked out, but I was a little tense for a bit there, but it worked out in the end. So there's that one, which I guess is like a pretty ambitious first actual tattoo because it's like of decent size. I was there for a couple hours, but I don't actually like mind the like tattoo pain situation very much at all. So that was fine. After that, I think the next one in our tail here is this one, which is on like my thigh there. It's some text. I gave that one to myself too, as you can probably tell looking at it. That is, it says, your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. It's Ramshackle Glory lyrics, which I did while I was having like a psychotic episode. Like I was having a really bad time, and my like, I guess, instinct for what I should do to improve my mood was to give myself what ended up being like a 15-hour tattoo, because sticker books take a while, and that's like a lot of text. It's like a 15-hour tattoo with like a blunt sewing needle in like the guest bedroom of my friend's house while no one else was home. It ended up being fine, actually. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and mark that down as a good choice. I think the one after that, I'm giving myself like a once-over, trying to figure out the timeline of events on all these bad boys. I think the one after that is this one, which is actually professionally done, if you can believe it. I know it's like it's kind of shitty, but we'll get to that. I think that's the next one that I got, and that one I got, I think that was Christmas money. I had some Christmas money kicking around, and I was like, well, guess who wants to get a tattoo? It's me. And the only place that was open was this one place in Toronto called New Tribe, because all the other good tattoo places were closed. New Tribe is fine for piercings. I've been there for piercings, and it was fine. They do kind of suck for tattoos, though, which I found out firsthand. There's a reason that people only go there for piercings. This was, I think, like by far the most painful tattoo I've ever gotten, which is wild because I've gotten like the first tattoo I got was like over like my sternum and collarbones, and I've gotten tattooed over like scars and stuff, but for some reason like this one, she was just fucking like just going hardcore with it. I feel like mayhaps a bit more aggressively than needed to be, but you know what, whatever. So that happened. That wasn't fun. And I was like bleeding a lot, and I kind of have some stuff about blood. It's like not a good time for me, so that hurt, and I didn't like it. But I stuck through it, and now I have it. It does look kind of fucked up now because that was when my dermatillomania was really bad. So afterwards, I could not stop myself from like picking at it, and so it does look a little fucked up now. But you know, I love it, and I think it looks neat still. I really like it, like placement-wise, because it's good for if I'm wearing like a flannel shirt, or I guess like any other type of like button-up shirt. But if I'm I only wear flannel shirts. But it's good for that because then you like roll up the sleeves, and it's just like a little hint of being like, yeah, I have tattoos on my arms. You can only see one of them, but I'm just giving you a little preview. And I think it's a fun accessory to any outfit. I think the next one on this list is this one, which is on my ankle. It's like a triangle with some little doohickeys on the top, which I gave myself. No significance, really. I guess you could argue that maybe it's a tortilla chip, which may have been my intention, but I do not remember, so... I think around that time, I gave myself the finger tattoos that I have. I think it was like 19. So I got these. There's like a moon with some lines. There's an arrow. This is the second attempt at an arrow tattoo, and this one stuck. This one is a line and some dots, and this one is an inverted cross, because I'm that type of asshole. I managed to get like all of them done in one sitting, and like fairly quickly. I think that was just like my most successful like stick and poke rig I've ever made. I think I ended up actually using like a hormone injection needle for it, which might be why the line work is like it's like bolder lines than some of the other ones. I think that's probably what that comes down to, but who knows. I think after that was this. It's a knife. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Yeah, and I think after that is this boy, which is a potted succulent, because I love plants. I think that's also fairly self-explanatory. I like plants and knives. That's like all I have going on, actually. I think the next one is this one, which is my Chemical Romance tattoo. I'll give you a little shot of that. It says "Thank you for the venom" and has some plastic vampire fangs on it. I think this might be my favorite tattoo because I've been planning that one for like a couple years. So yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about that one. The most recent one I have now is this one, which I got a couple months ago, which is like a church that's on fire. Because I hate God and I'm evil. That's it. That's the reason. I feel like that one and the MCR tattoo are like the two that I have that are the closest to having any sort of like deeper meaning. But even then, it's still kind of iffy. So yeah, that's that. I really like having tattoos. That's been something that has been pretty important for me, I guess, in terms of like reclaiming my body after trauma or whatever, and also just feeling more like a real human being who lives in my body, and like that's like a piece of meat that I own and can do whatever I want to. I guess that getting tattoos has been pretty similar for me to medically transitioning and coming out and shit, in terms of like having a better relationship with my body, and feeling like that's something I have control over. Also kind of as like a better alternative to self-harm in a lot of ways, because I guess my motivation for self-harming when I initially started doing that was like fairly similar to my motivation for getting tattoos now, which is just again like kind of doing whatever I want to my body because I own it. So even the crappy tattoos that I gave myself, I like a lot and I have a very positive relationship with, because those were important to me and are still important to me. So yeah, that's it. I like tattoos. I like having them. It's neat that anyone wants to know about the ones that I have. Yeah. Alright. Goodbye.